Okay, we're in the car review today, as we've been to the cinema and we've seen the First Omen, um, as in the new First Omen. We've got Toby in today. Toby Cam. He's a bit sleepy though, isn't he? 'Cause
Yeah.
just picked him up, haven't you?
Yeah, he clearly hasn't been to the cinema.
He hasn't been to the cinema because they don't allow it anymore. Not after the mess you made. No, good though. Overall, first initial thoughts. Good film, good build up. It was slow paced,
Yeah.
but it took its time with the characters, so it wasn't in a rush to get through, which I like because it just built up the story with the character, and you spent time with them, so then you kind of had a stake in the future of them, which was
Yeah. Yeah, it was like an old school film, wasn't it?
yeah,
Character development.
Sister Margaret being the main protagonist in this one.
Yeah. And like I said, it did have, it did have a feel of like an Omen film.
Yeah,
So
it
it looked
looked
the
really
part.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the setting, you had Rome, backdrop of Rome, and there that do you remember one scene, when she's walking down this dark alley.
mm.
I just think that whole setting I thought was quite haunting.
Yeah,
With the old lamps on top of the walls, the city walls.
yeah.
Just that sort of atmospheric, I just thought was really good. I think it had that all the way throughout the film.
Yeah, and it looked very soft in terms of the actual look of the film.
Yeah,
So it wasn't very sharp, etc.
yeah,
If you want to say the film look, you can say the film look. I don't know if it was shot on film or not.
yeah.
But it certainly had that look, and it was nice and soft, and it just looked right for the year in which it was set. So
No, no,
71, wasn't it?
definitely.
Yeah, I just thought that the whole thing, that was the first thing that popped out to me really, was the cinematography. It was
Yeah,
nice, and they took time to set up the shots and to make it look nice.
yeah,
Um, but not just nice, but to suit the mood of the film. So
mm,
the the look of it carried through the theme of it, didn't it?
yeah,
And it almost told the story without, needing the dialogue in some scenes and things
yeah.
like
No,
that.
definitely,
It just
definitely
took
agree.
its time, which is what we both liked about it, wasn't it?
Yeah. So as a film, do you think if it wasn't attached to the Omen, do you think as a standalone film, would you have thought that, blimey, this is a good film?
I would actually.
Yeah,
I would. I would. I mean, I've seen The Omen, or at least I think I've seen the whole of The
yeah,
Omen, but many years ago,
mm,
and I can only remember parts of it, which is sort of what our channel's about, really, is kind of going back to films that we knew of
yeah,
growing up, but not necessarily remember,
yeah,
or in my case, have seen the whole thing.
yeah,
So it's kind of catch
yeah,
up on that. But this film obviously is new, but
yeah.
it's from that same franchise, if you like, I suppose.
Yeah,
There's a few sequels, isn't there?
yeah.
To
Well,
the to the
you got the
original one.
main trilogy, haven't you? And
Yeah,
then I think you got Omen 4: The Awakening, which isn't great.
I definitely haven't seen
But the
that.
first three films are brilliant, I
Yeah,
thought. And that's why I was looking forward to this film, because I do like the Omen films.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it does tie in to the original
Hmm.
Omen by the end without giving anything away. But obviously, it's going to do that anyway. To be
Yeah.
fair, if you're a fan of the films, you know that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, all in all, took its time. Some people would maybe get bored of it if they don't know the films or are not happy to sit and just kind of get involved in the film and you know
Yeah. I think without giving too much away, obviously the trilogy was about Damien, whereas this film is
yeah
more about it's an orphanage, it's set in an orphanage, but it's more about the sisterhood and priests, isn't it? It's like the story's more in depth. It's not
yeah
just about the Omen.
no
It's a total background.
a lot more
So
in
yeah, so
depth.
if you've seen the trilogy, I'd definitely recommend seeing this because it's
Yeah,
more in depth
it
and it will
is a lot more.
explain things more in the original Omen. So I do recommend seeing it.
Yeah, I think it did a good job of tying
Yeah,
into the existing franchise, but like you say, a lot more in depth, and the themes are really sort of
yeah,
fleshed out, aren't they, in this?
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it was good. We only just come out of it, but I'll definitely see it again if whether it be at
Yeah,
home.
no, definitely,
Um, but yeah, definitely worth a
definitely.
watch. I reckon. I reckon you probably get more out of it the more you watch it as well. It's one of those, which is good. That's what you want, really. You want
Yeah,
to have that
yeah. I mean,
rewatchability.
it's
So
definitely
I'd
a
say,
throwback, isn't it? Like the slow build up. I do like that. It
yeah,
wasn't rushed.
no,
There was no stupid scenes, really, was there? It was quite. I thought it was well done.
No, because it took the time to build up to those
Yeah.
moments. So there are a few moments where if you didn't have that build up, you might think it's not cheesy,
Yeah.
but you think, oh, I'm not sure
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
But because it took the time to build into those moments, you're then, you're involved, aren't you? So you're in the story at that point, so you're
Yeah.
not feeling like it's out of place. But
Did you
Yeah.
think as well? I thought it was quite clever. I thought the film was trying to lead you down different paths. Like you thought, it's going to go this way, or
There's
it's
a
going to go that
few-
way, and you think, which way is it going to go?
yeah,
I
which a
mean,
lot
you
of
will
films
work
do.
out if you've seen the original trilogy. I think you should work it out, like where the film is going, like I did during the film. But what I'm saying, it does lead you down different paths.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you don't know which way it's going to go, and
No.
that's another good thing about it. It's a slow build, and it keeps you thinking.
yeah,
Yeah, which I thought was good.
Which for me, a lot of the time, I'll get some parts of that in films,
Yeah,
but then most of the time, I don't realise what's going to happen
Yeah.
by the end of it. So I'm always surprised because I'm
Yeah,
not clever as you.
just quickly without giving too much away, just briefly. So obviously they had some good scenes. Maybe one, I wouldn't call it horrific, but it was quite. I thought it was well done, those scenes.
Yeah, not
A
not
lot of
not
thought went into this
OTT,
film. Yeah,
not OTT in terms of gore and things, but
Yeah.
it does do that good method of show don't tell, but it doesn't show you, like say, it's what you
less
don't
is more.
see
Yeah.
makes it worse. So you do see stuff, but at the same time, the build up to what you don't see
Yeah.
makes you think, oh,
Yeah.
what is coming. So yeah,
Yeah.
all in all, good.
Oh yeah, I liked it.
I would see it again, and I'll rate it.
Yeah, perfect. Got to see the original
Cool.
trilogy again.
Yeah, need to start there.
Yeah.